You're listening to the World's Team Podcast. It's not just America's team, Cowboys Nation. It's the world's team. Now, here are your hosts, Paul Stewart and Mike Poland.
How about them Cowboys?
What is up, Cowboys Nation? Welcome back to another episode of the World's Team Podcast, brought to you by the Believe Network and sponsored by Cowboys Experience for the ultimate stadium tours, tailgating, game tickets, and so much more. Be sure to go to www.cowboysexperience.com and use the discount code the World's Team. I am your host, Paul Stewart, and joined with me, as always, is Mr. Mike Poland. You can find him on bloggingtheboys.com. How are we doing, Mike?
Yeah, good. I've spent, me and you were chatting throughout the combine. So the conversations we're going to be having are pretty much what we talked about on text.
Yeah, pretty much so. Yeah, I mean, we're going to talk quite a fair bit about the combine, but we are going to talk briefly about some news and rumors that's kind of floating about within Cowboys Nation right now. And it has been ongoing, it's almost a question we've always been asked on the UK Cowboys Fans live show. And this is to our good friend Joe from Italy that always keeps asking this question, always about Maxx Crosby. But it seems to be, it's now driving a little bit of heat through the media. I do have my reservations on this, right?
Hit me with it.
So everyone's talking about Maxx Crosby, right? Mm-hmm. Don't get me wrong. I think Maxx Crosby is a fantastic player. I really do. He's really good. Yeah. I would love him to be as a Dallas Cowboy. Love him to be a Cowboy. But in terms of how the Cowboys situation is as of right now, obviously we've got Josh Pickens on the franchise tag. We don't know yet if there's going to be a contract extension or like a new deal or whatever that may be to really kind of lower down the salary cap. We've not extended any players yet to kind of help with the bringing down the cap down from that. Also, you've got our new defensive coordinator saying we're going to be primarily based as a 3-4 defense. So how on earth would that work when you've got a pure defensive end like Maxx Crosby in there to work that out? So, and the other one, I just don't think it's going to happen, Mike. I really don't.
Yeah, I mean, and the thing is you miss out on so much young talent as well. I'm not saying
that's the other point. There's just so much good talent in this year's draft, particularly in defense. Mm-hmm. Don't get me wrong, Maxx Crosby, amazing impact player. He is a game changer for your team, regardless. Mm-hmm. I get that. I would love to have that, but we need to be realistic here. Can we actually afford to bring him on? And also, when it comes to the rumors of what it is that we would need to do to acquire him, I am not willing to give up any draft picks. I'm sorry, I'm not doing it. We are in desperate need to retain more draft picks if possible because we have no day 2 picks whatsoever. So I just cannot see it happening, Mike. I really can't.
Yeah. And I mean, we may as well, this would be a great clip. May as well go into what we've heard as well. That people know us, know that we talk to the guys over in the Cowboys directly, straight inside Frisco. So we sent a message out. What is the news on this whole Maxx Crosby information? What are you hearing over there? We got back some simple information of it's media driven. That there doesn't seem to be much in this. People will say, oh yeah, whatever. Well, just wait and see. We're being told that this isn't something to be overly concerned about and that it's a media driven.
It's very narrative based, media driven.
And here's where when you hear that, the thing I think of, which has been done many, many, many times before in the past, what do all players who are going to be traded that want to raise the amount of money that they get in a trade on a new contract, what do? Link to the Cowboys. All of a sudden, your stock and your cost goes up. And this just from the information that we've got, they say media driven. As soon as you hear media driven, my first thoughts go to it's this again. So you don't have to take us at our word on this, but if that's what we're being told, that's what we're being told.
I mean, we went for that whole scenario with Adams, the safety who played for the Jets and the Seahawks. Yeah. We went for that whole same scenario. Like, he was so heavily linked to the Cowboys, never signed, never even had a conversation. He would even, like, and I can't remember what other players there was. There was a player for Baltimore, I believe, back in the day, actually ran over to Jason Garrett in our own, like, heading through the tunnel to talk with him and ran back out. Nothing materialized from that as well. Like, and I'm so sick and tired of, like, players kind of, like, using the Cowboys name to kind of basically get clout, essentially, to raise their, like, don't get me wrong, players deserve to get paid every single penny, but it's like, let's just stop using the Cowboys as a stepping stone. And this is what I'm sick of. It's like,
it's always going to keep happening as long as the Cowboys are at the top in the media cycle.
Yeah,
that's what they'll do.
I mean, it doesn't help when Jerry made a comment, and I can't remember the exact source from this, but he basically kind of went out and said, "Yeah, we're planning it to go big in free agency." That does not help.
Yeah,
all right. That could be taken way out of context, wherever you may like that, whatever that may be. But in terms of this media-driven narrative, I completely agree with you. Like I said, like, when you really kind of look at the facts of where the Cowboys are as of right now in terms of the salary cap, and we're still currently over by a fair bit. We need to restructure contracts like Dak, CD, Tyler Smith, extensions to Kenny Clark. That's been talked about. Like, don't get me wrong, that will get us under the cap, but can that actually afford Pickens and Maxx Crosby and our draft picks for this year and these other free agents? I don't think so. Mm-hmm. So I'm very skeptical about the whole idea of getting Maxx Crosby to the Dallas Cowboys. As much as I would love it to happen and make it work, I just can't see it. I can't.
Yeah. And, you know, the information that we've got back from Dallas, I respect the individual.
Highly regarded.
That they know what they're saying. They know what they talk about. And they're not going to spoon us lies either, because they're not that way. They know who we are and that we're not going to spin things the way that it is. So if that's what they're saying, I trust it. I trust the information that they're telling us.
Absolutely. Well, speaking about like the defensive players and stuff like that, there was a lot of coverage that we did looking at the NFL Combine, Mike. So the NFL Combine happened at the weekend there. We do apologize. We said we were coming record on Sunday. It is now Monday. Obviously, we were just kind of like, we may as well wait for the rest of day 4, look at offensive line, etc. So
got too deep into watching the Combine.
Yeah, pretty much so. But but obviously the main standouts from all aspects, from all the media and all analysts have all said, like Sonny Styles, Taylen Green, Jeremiah Love, Jeff Caldwell, and David Bailey were the big standouts. But what we're going to do here on the World's Team, me and Mike are going to go through each day of our top guys in terms of who really stood out the most, and obviously we're going to give out honorable mentions for each day also. So without further ado, it's a big giveaway. I already mentioned the guy's name, Sonny Styles. Oh my goodness, ridiculous. Like, from him being roughly about the 20th pick, he is now a top 10 based on that combine. Like, and there's now even talk about he might actually be going up ahead of Avril Reese now. Like, there's been so many mock drafts they've actually swapped places. Like,
I mean, it's very, very simple. All you got to do is you look at the tape and you go, this guy is a demon. He's absolutely fantastic what he does.
Possessed.
Yeah. Then he goes to the Combine. knocks out a RAS score, relative athletic score, of 9.99. So nearest damn it to perfect.
It's insane. Absolutely insane. And the closest person I could think of that was close to that was obviously Ryan Flournoy. But
yeah, that was a perfect RAS score.
Yeah, so but and that's why Ryan Flournoy, from coming from a small school, managed to get drafted, because he showed out and produced such a good score in terms of the RAS score.
And now look at what he's doing in the NFL.
Exactly, Mike. Exactly. But hit me with it with your day one top guy.
Yeah, so my biggest riser, if you like, because it's easy to go with Avril Reese and all the rest of it. Yeah, they all did great. I'm looking at a guy who was kind of not under the radar, but maybe ranked a little further down, but has made a biggest jump of all the guys. For me, that's Zion Young, the defensive end from Missouri. Didn't do much of the testing, but the on-field drills and work, I mean, everything was textbook. Everything was right where it needed to be. And I had him as a guy outside the top 30, in the mid 30s. And now I'm sitting there and I'm like, if Dallas take him at 20, I completely completely understand the reasons why. And what you've got is this guy who's 6'6", right? That's big. That's tall for a defensive end, because it's all about quick movement, sharp cuts. So you kind of worry that a guy that tall, is he able to do it? The on-field drills completely annihilated any of that concern. He just absolutely laid it down. And you're just watching all the movement skills, the feet, the bend, the torque that he's putting in. And you're like, no. This guy is a first-round guy. I'm sorry. I'm done. This guy at pick 20 makes complete and utter sense.
I'll totally agree with you. I mean, and Zion Young is one of the guys that has actually been heavily linked with it in terms of relations to one of our members of our coaching staff in the Dallas Cowboys, our outside linebacker coach. And there is a connection. So I would not be surprised in terms of the coaching staff would be pressing to say, let's get Zion Young at pick 20. But see when it comes to draft day, Mike, and that is the pick, we'll be like,
Beauty.
we called it. Called it.
That makes total sense.
It makes a lot of sense that way, because obviously with the news with Donovan Ezaraku as well, so he's lately going to miss the off season type of thing. So we just need to wait more news on that. But that has been released today that Ezaraku has picked up a hip injury. So
he's having hip surgery.
Yep. So. Yeah, not good. So defensive end is now back on the table right now, but it's all dependent on the type of defensive end that we're going for, because of the style of defense that we're going forward with.
And Zion Young makes total sense again.
Yep, it does. But also on day one, we figure we'll do some honorable mentions.
Yes.
So we're going to be doing honorable mentions for each day, like we said. So obviously my honorable mention, again, no surprise, Jacob Rodriguez. I think he's solidified himself where he needs to be. I mean, it's 40 time, for a guy his size, it was not the fastest, but he showed but he was faster than I expected. That I'll be honest. But in terms of the drills, man.
Yeah. Annihilated it,
yeah. For him, especially when he's shuffling sideways, it's this is going to be great if we can get some hammer, especially when it comes to inter coverage, stuff like that, and has in terms of the awareness to anticipate the tackles. If it's a run game, you can see it. You could probably see him go down how and actually make the tackle. So, but hit me with it with your honorable mention for day one.
Yeah, it's a lesser-known guy. Some people need to go and check this guy out. But Malachi Lawrence from UCF, the athletic profile, insane. Bearing in mind, 255 pound, this guy, run a 4.52, 40 with a 1.59 split, and an insane 130-inch broad jump. I mean, this guy just absolutely, and you see the burst and the explosion on the tape, and then you look at the combine you put in, and you go, yeah, I completely get it. It all makes sense. Malachi Lawrence, UCF, go and watch him. That dude absolutely, completely owned basically what he needed to do with the combine.
All right, Mike, I'll let you hit off day 2 then, which was pretty much cornerbacks and tight ends and safeties. So
Yeah.
I'll let you take the honors in this one. Hit me with your day 2 top guy that you thought really stood out.
Yeah, so I watched the tape on this cornerback. Loved the tape, but there was a scary part to him, the size. He measured in at under 5'9", which is Indiana's cornerback, D'Angelo Pons. So you look at the size and you go, that's a slot-only guy. And in the slot, is he quick enough and is he able to keep up? I'm telling you, no way. This guy, he jumped a 43.5-inch vertical at
For a guy 5'9". That's explosive.
That is insane. That in fact led all the cornerbacks at the combine.
Put this in perspective. There's defensive ends that are 6'4", 6'5". They're barely even hitting 40.
Yeah, they'll get 40. Yeah, and I mean it was insane to see. I mean, like you worried about everything with the size. He needed to come out and prove. Not only did he prove that the size is not a concern, he's proved to you that this guy can absolutely jump up and get that ball. If the Cowboys took Pons, there's also the guy from Duke, Chandler Rivers, another guy who's really small. Worry about the gambling with him. You know, tends to gamble on a lot of stuff. Some people can be fine with it, and I would agree with you. But with Pons, I just think, I mean, the movement skills plus the explosion, plus the explosivity. Then you look at the tape with him at Indiana. I'm like, I'm sold. I'm done. That guy has gone up, way up in my rankings.
All right, for me, I've also kind of for day 2, I have went for Mr. Dylan Tinneman, the safety from Oregon, a guy who is pretty much like just outside of the first round right now. To me, he could easily be in the middle of the first round now, based on his performance. And I mean, when you look at his tape as well, Tinneman is just absolutely just an absolute wrecking machine for a safety. It really is. Like, don't get me wrong, the top safety in this draft is Caleb Downs. There's no question about that. But if you want to, like, the talent pool in safety this year is ridiculous. And Tinneman, to me, right up there. Right up there. He is the second best safety in this draft, by far.
And say for argument's sake, Downs goes out, gets drafted and goes out by pick 5, for argument's sakes. Then he gets to Cowboys at 12, and that's their pick. I'm okay with it. I'm like, yeah. I mean, if somebody says, "Oh, I'm not so sure," safety, he's not the best safety in the class, I'll just go watch the combine. You don't have to go and watch the tape. Just go and watch the combine.
And also, just to add as well, we're talking about like some rack stores and stuff like that as well. Tinneman scored a 9.67 in his rack store.
Yeah.
And he ran a 4.35 with a 1.52 split. I mean, he's got the speed and explosiveness as well. In terms of his broad jump, it was like 10.5. A 41 vertical jump. I mean, what more can you ask?
Guy who's flying.
Yep. All right.
And here's the crazy part. It's a safety like that who has size, speed, and quickness and movement skills. It's just like you're more than a double-edged sword. You've got so much to offer as a safety. You're just like, there you go. You're a Swiss Army knife safety.
Yep.
Love it.
All right. Right. Hit me with your honorable mention for day 2, Mike.
Yeah, it's the tight end from Oregon, Kenyon Sadiq. there was concerns with his size and athleticism in the sort of role that he plays. He's going to be an F-type tight end in the NFL. So you need size and some really good athleticism. But the dude ran a 40, he jumped the vert, and a broad jump that all ranked in the 99th percentile for a tight end. And you're just like, we're done. They're done.
Yeah.
You've got it.
Yeah, I think the only thing for me when it comes to today, like he didn't do any catching drills in that one.
Yes.
Yeah, so but I think we'll get to see that more on the pro day when it comes to
Hopefully.
Stig. I hope so. I hope so anyway. Because
he does need to check that box.
Yeah, absolutely. For me, my day 2 guy for honorable mention is cornerback Chris Johnson from San Diego State. You've been talking about him for quite a while, Mike, and wow, yeah, just fluidity, smooth, just
for a small school guy, you needed to come into the combine and show a whole range of skills, show the athleticism, show that you are a man amongst boys in the school that you came from. And he did more than that. He showed he could hang with all the big boys at the cornerback position and just went, you can notice me. And people have, and they do.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, from watching the tape as well, he is such a lock-on guy as well. Like, he sticks to you like glue, does not give up an inch. And I'll be very intrigued to see his pro day, if I'm being honest, Mike, because you'll get to see more of the type of drills that he's more used to with his actual, with his staff right there to kind of help assist him, get him ready. So I'm be very intrigued to see more Chris Johnson. Yeah. But day 3, Mike. Now, my day 3, it's a position that is probably the least of our priority, but
most of day 3 was.
Yeah.
Running back, wide receiver, you're kind of like, we've signed.
Well,
go on.
Well, what I was trying to say was it's the position with probably least priority because obviously we've got Dak Prescott, but there is still a slight question mark when it comes to the backup question.
Okay, yeah, I'm with you.
There's a possibility with that. And the biggest riser for me, Taylen Green from Arkansas.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
He bossed it.
6'5", he ran the fastest all quarterbacks. He was pretty much, what was it, like a 4.37, 4.38, roughly in that region. Like his broad jump. 4.36. His broad jump was ridiculously. I think he set the highest.
Yeah, that was a quarter. That was the biggest amongst all quarterbacks in the combine.
Yep. I think that's actually been one of the biggest scores for quarterbacks in the past 10 years or something like that. Or
more than that, yeah.
Like, I mean, that's all the athletic stuff. So we can establish Green showed his athleticism through the combine. Looked fantastic. But it's what you kind of may have highlighted is before we went on air is the actual passing was the bit of the caveat.
Yeah, it's still a bit raw.
It's still raw, but because of the team he plays for in the division, it's primarily run. Like
SEC football. Yeah.
Yep. That's what it is. All right, mate. You're day 3 guy.
So my guy, some people were like, maybe this guy will fall to Dallas possibly. If he does, are they going to take him now? Not a chance. Not a chance. That's Jeremiah Love, running back Notre Dame. Athletic testing through the roof. Drills, just absolutely perfect. I mean, like, nailed it. But did some extra drills on top. But it was also his mindset. As they were talking to him and asking him questions about what he was doing. He was just like, "No, I'm here. I'm doing it. I just want to show everybody what I can do." He was helping people out. It's just amazing to watch. It was not just what he did on the test and not just what he did on the on-field drills. It was just the whole persona of him and his attitude to the game. I was like, this is a dude that loves football. This is a blue collar guy. Blue collar running backs with that level of skill, rare.
Yeah, I mean, I just can't see the Cowboys looking into running back, knowing that obviously we've just re-signed Williams to a new extension. I mean, if we were going to dip and dive into running back, it would be the later rounds, I think, just to kind of add more competition in there for the backup role. Because obviously there's question marks when it comes to Jaden Blue. We've got like Phil Maffa, like just coming off from like obviously he didn't really play at all last season. And obviously we had Miles Sanders who got injured during the last preseason game and just never featured in that. So I think there is like room to kind of like add some more competition for RB2, RB3, whatever you want to call it. But RB1 is still Williams regardless. Yeah. But in terms of my honorable mentions, it's also running back. Funny enough, it's Mike Washington from Arkansas.
Another Arkansas guy. You're going all Arkansas, Paul.
I know, weird. I mean, at 6'1", 223 pounds, he produced a 40-yard run at 4.33, and with a 1.51 split. 39 vertical jump with a 10.8 broad jump. Just shows the kind of power back with a true long speed profile that just forces teams to really like make an impact and it's really evaluate this value essentially.
Yeah, it's rare to see a guy of that size with speed and explosiveness that level. So you're just like, wow, yeah, I mean, more boxes ticked.
Yeah. All right, man. Who is your honorable mention for day 3?
Mine I'll keep short and sweet. It's nice and simple. It's Brendan Thompson, wide receiver from Mississippi State. You run a 4.26 40. There you go. There's your vertical, take the top off the defense type of guy. Verified speed. There we go. I'll take that. It's as easy as that.
All right, well, I'm going to keep this next one really short and simple. For my day 4, which was primarily offensive line, I am going to go with Logan Jones, the center from Iowa.
Yeah.
Probably the most consistent when it comes to the drills, I would say, for all the offensive linemen out there, I would say.
Yeah, solid guy. And, like, there's some centers in this group that kind of, like, left you with questions. But Logan Jones really didn't. He didn't leave anything on the field.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, man. Hit me with it with your day 4 riser.
Yeah, my biggest riser is Caden Proctor, tackle from Alabama. This guy is a man mountain. Huge. Over 350 pounds, this guy.
Jeez.
Yeah, he's a monster. You cannot move him inside. So the panic was always like, well, what do we do if we've got to move him inside? What's going to be the plan? So there's all of that. But no, he bearing in mind, over 350 pounds, run a 5.21 40 time.
For a guy that size, that's ridiculous.
A 32.5-inch vert. Are you kidding me? I mean, this guy at that weight and size, I mean, that's just insane. You're just like, no, this guy is going to be fine. The on-field work, very smooth. Kick slide work was good. I was quite happy with that. Everything just went his way in the combine to tick boxes and say, yes, all right, you're a tackle who can hang. And at that size, now you're a double threat. Big, massive jump.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. All right, for my honorable mention, I have got to go with the mullet from Gannon Dunker, also from Iowa. I'm not picking him just because of his mullet, but what stood out for me was actually in terms of his pass pro drills. It's like his lower sense of gravity in terms of his hips, keeping the chest really upright. Like he looked solid when it was coming to doing his drills, and I thought that looked pretty good. And when you go watch the film of Iowa when they were playing, he hardly really did set a foot wrong. He is a solid defensive lineman. So and people were just basically putting all the media on him just because he has a mullet. But no, he came in and actually went to the combine and proved he's actually worth more than that. So I think he has been one of the biggest risers also in the offensive line group also.
Don't mess with an Iowa Hawkeye offensive lineman, mate.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've always think Iowa Hawkeyes offensive linemen have always been quite sturdy over the years, and that, and it's just the same like Alabama, the offensive line. Like, look at the production of Alabama offensive linemen, always going in the first round every single year.
I just talked about Caden Proctor.
yeah. Like, I mean, you see it every single year. Like, our first round draft pick last year.
Oh yeah, I mean, you've got guys who've been in Dallas. They are all over the league. Alabama, they produce them. Iowa, same tight end as well. You know, inline guys. That's what it's all about.
Yep, absolutely. Tyler Booker, that's who it was.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I was meant to give you the name. I'm just chatting away. You're talking draft to me, so I'll just keep chatting away.
Yeah, all right. Well, but yeah, who is your final honorable mention, Mike?
All right. And don't give me flack on this one, because I know what you're going to say. Chase Bisson. I know, yeah. Chase Bisson from Texas A&M. So the explosiveness, 32-inch vert. We've got 5:02.40 time, 94th percentile. Amazing work. The on-field activities, the on-field drills just showed smooth feet, good work, good balance. I was just very, very happy with everything. I know he's an Aggie, all right, but that's not why I picked him. I just picked him because he made a really good jump in what
I'm not having a go at you. Like, I mean, again, A&M have produced some really good offensive linemen over the course of the years as well. So I am not holding against you at all, mate. I'm not.
When there's that many people in the combine, you're gonna end up picking an Aggie at some point.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for my North Texas to actually start getting into the draft. Whenever that will happen, I have no idea, considering how good of a season they had last year. Keep on dreaming, Paul. But anyway,
I say nothing bad about the mean green, mate.
Yeah. Well, anyway, folks, let us know in the comments who were your biggest standouts in the NFL Combine. Also, let us know your thoughts on the whole Maxx Crosby situation. We would love to hear your thoughts and opinions on it. You could comment here on YouTube. Let us know on social media, and yeah, let us know. But before we do go, Mike, please tell everyone where everyone can find you.
Yes, you can find me on Twitter or X at KenFig Cowboy. That's KenFig with a K, Cowboy with a K. I used to be.
You can find me at IamPeaceDo on X and Instagram. But yes, folks, that is the end of this episode. We hope that you enjoyed the NFL Combine. We certainly did. It definitely has evaluated our opinions on a lot of certain players. Well, particularly Sonny Styles. I think he's out of reach now, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, he's tough.
He's gone. We're not getting him at 12 no more, I don't think. So that's definitely, and we're already seeing all the mock drafts getting all changed up now. We're seeing the Cowboys now getting Avril Reese now because of how good Sonny Styles was and all sorts. Caleb Downs has went down a little bit, no pun intended. But we'll just have to wait and see how it goes. But yes, folks, we will be back probably, try to think, end of the week.
Yeah, I'll go with that. I'm around.
Yep, yeah. And we'll try and catch up, see what the latest news and updates are. If there's anything breaking news, we will report it instantly, as always. But sure, straight up this outro here. But yes,
go on, you got it, Paul. You got it. I'll talk to you a little bit. You got it. Okay. There you go.
But yeah, folks, as always, it's not just America's team; it is the world's team. We'll catch you guys next time.
That's a wrap on the World's Team Podcast. Smash that like button and hit subscribe, Cowboys Nation. This ain't just America's team, it's your team. Touchdown! It's the World's Team, only on Believe, where real fans live.
How about them Cowboys?